Look at the parties. Which party have an ideology? No party. None. People just jump from one party to another. There are people who have entered 5 different parties. They can jump from APC to PDP, from PDP back to APC, from APC to SDP, SDP to... Why are people jumping in? Because there is no ideology. People are just pursuing their personal agenda. So the agenda is not about Nigeria. The agenda is what they want as a person, what they want to achieve as a person. That is the agenda. So there's no Nigerian dream. That's no Nigerian dream. The dream that they have is individual dreams. No Nigerian dream. If there's Nigerian dream, every political party will develop their manifesto and agenda to feed into the Nigerian dream. But there's none. Hello, my people. The former governor of Kaduna State, Mallam Nasir El-Rufai, has been on the news lately as a result of his political views on, the kind of leadership that Nigeria always have. Well, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. Welcoming you once again on Trending Stories. So, why is Mallam Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, on the news lately? Well, as you all know already, that 2027 election is already at the corner. So, and this is the reason why you are seeing a lot of things that is happening politically in the country. Mallam Nasir El-Rufai is trending because of a 2-day national conference that was held in Abuja on the theme Strengthening Democracy in Nigeria. In that conference, Mallam Nasir El-Rufai made certain comments as it regards to leadership in Nigeria. You recall that in every election cycle, the candidate of the party is being elected by the delegates. So it is the delegates that elects the candidate of the party, and the candidate of the party represents the entire party in the general election. So just like they said in the computer, garbage in, garbage out. When the delegates are illiterates, semi-illiterates, and cunning, according to his words, they elect poor candidate who will represent the party. But is he really on point? Well, I think his assertion is germane. His assertion is one of the things that's happening in Nigerian democracy. So, but before I dissect, what he said, I want us to be on the same page. So, based on this, I'm going to play you an excerpt of the video, where he made this comment, so that we'll come back and then analyze critically the points he has made. In this matter, we are not going to throw away, the message and attacking the messenger. We're going to, look at the message critically and then provide our own, views on, what's happening. So let's take a look on this video and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
But to avoid what has happened to the APC, I think you must ensure that there's internal democracy in your party from day one and insist on it. You must insist that the congresses and convention must be competitive, free and fair. The question of forcing people to step down on the day of the convention and so on should be out of the window. Let people contest and know that they won. And not those that have lost know that they lost. To try again. We must have internal democracy in our parties. And I think, and I found this out when I went back to Kaduna to contest for governor, I realized that the most important qualification for being a political stakeholder, at least in Kaduna State, was to be an illiterate. You are an illiterate, but you are very, very cunning. That's political stakeholder. We have to change it. We must have minimum qualifications. This politics is about leadership. You produce leaders through this political process. You cannot afford to have illiterates, semi-illiterates, cunning people, and so on as your leaders. You'll end up with what we have. So the parties must have a standard. The Constitution may say, that if you have a secondary school certificate or you've attended secondary school, you can be president. Yeah, that's a minimum. But it doesn't mean that the parties cannot have a standard higher than that for the leadership of the parties. Because it is the leadership of the parties that vote in congresses and conventions to produce the candidates. So when you have low quality party leaders, they are the delegates, you have low quality candidates. And you end up with a beauty contest consisting of only very ugly women. Okay, because elections, in my view, are very similar to a beauty contest. You can only vote for the person that is on the ballot. You cannot vote for the best person. You can only vote for a person if he's on the ballot. And it is these so-called delegates the party leaders that vote to produce that candidate. So if they're of low quality, do not expect them to produce a candidate of any better quality. This is a major problem in political parties. Thirdly, I think every party member should pay to be a member of the party. Yeah. That way he will have a say. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. As I gave the example of APC. We propose 100 naira a month. And we don't want you to pay 1,200 for 1 year and forget about it because you can afford it. No, we want you to every month to remember that you have a party and you're sending to your party 100 naira. It's a commitment. It's not the money. It is the commitment. I'm committed to this party that I'm sending 100 naira a month to it. For the APC, that would have been 18 billion naira a month per annum from the membership alone. Now, if the party has 18 billion naira from its members, how can any money bag buy up the party? It's also a way of protecting the party from godfathers, from money bags. And I think that should be embedded in any future party from day one. And finally, you must have competitive primaries. Allow everyone who wants to contest, who's ready to buy the poor, to contest. Don't tell people to step down. What are you afraid of? Competition is the only way to bring out the best and the brightest. And God knows this country needs it right now. Thank you.
All right. Welcome back. I think you've heard from the horse's mouth, just like they always say. Okay? You've heard from the horse's mouth. And Mallam Nasir El-Rufai has put out his own views and by law is entitled to his opinion. All right? There's freedom of speech. He has said his own. And you recall that when he made all these assertions that the special advisor to the president on publicity and media, Daniel Buala, threw out his own comment and said, if El-Rufai has happened to be one of the appointees of the current president, will he come out to say what he's saying? And the banter continued on X, where El-Rufai responded to Buala, stating that even if he's in the party, even if he's in any position, occupying any position currently, he will still say what he want to say because the party is drifting away from his original, will I say, ideology or plan or whatever they had from the beginning. So the banter continues between both of them on X. Now back to this video that we just watched the clip. What El-Rufai was saying, is it really true? I think that's the main question. And to me, I think the point he made is very germane, very critical, and very true. I'll tell you why. In 1999, that was when democracy, just came on board, and they brought out, Olusegun Obasanjo then to become, the flag bearer and all that. So I experienced a lot of things at that time, So what I saw was this: during the delegate, stuff, in terms of putting the people that would be, delegates of the party. You need to get the chairman of the party just from the ward level. You need to have the, ward chairman, woman leader, youth leader, all those stuff, both from the ward to the local government, to the state government, and to the national level. What these guys do is this: they rig the whole system from the ward level to the national level. How do they rig the system? They put in the people that will be loyal to them. They don't care whether you went to primary school or anything. Just like El-Rufai said, just be an illiterate and be cunning. That is, have the ability to play that part they want you to play at whichever level that you are. You get it. They'll put you there. That is it. Because when it comes to politics, loyalty is key. All right? When you're too loyal to those who you are looking up to in the party, they can be godfathers, there can be those who have achieved quite a lot within the political space or, whatever. And then working with them. And the ones you are loyal to them, they can put you anywhere so that you will represent their interests and deliver as they want you to deliver. So that point they made is true. So what they do is they pick people who they can easily manipulate, who they can easily use to achieve what they want to achieve. So they fix them at the ward level as the ward chairman, the youth leader, woman leader, secretary of the party, and what have you. They fix them everywhere. So when it's now time to elect a candidate, what they do is this: they pick all these stakeholders they have already fixed in those positions. They take them to a hotel and lodge all of them in one hotel. And when they lodge them there, they take care of everything: the food, the drink, the hotel bills, everything. Just go to the lobby, meet the receptionist, mention your name. They have a list of the people that are lodging there. They take your name, give you your key, you check in. The day you are going, you check out. And they will come in the night to come and share money. That's what they do. They will share money to all those delegates and direct them how they will vote, where they will start. During the 1999 election, it was open ballot, so you have to stand at the back of the person you are supporting. All right. So most times, people collect money from this candidate, collect from 5 different candidates. But because at that time it was an open ballot system, you have to stand in the queue of who you are supporting. So it becomes difficult for people to collect in multiple locations, multiple candidates, because you must stand on one. And anywhere you stand, you will be seen. But now they are doing a secret ballot. You can just go and vote for whoever. Nobody knows who you voted for. And you've collected money from 5 different candidates. All right. And then you disappear. Now, looking at the last presidential, election, when the APC, El-Rufai's party, was trying to elect their delegates, we all know MEFLA, the CBN governor, Godwin MEFLA, then introduced the Naira note change, right? He changed the Naira note to frustrate people from being able to buy vote. And the money was not even available when it was changed. People were campaigning on how to get Naira notes. What this guy did was they switched to using the dollars. So they were paying candidates with dollars. They were lodged in hotels. When they do these things, they settle them with dollars. When you go to Zone 4, who says Zone 4 is where they have the bureau de change, where people change currencies and all. When you go there immediately after the convention, you will see crowd of people who are trying to change money so that they can travel back to their locations and things like that. It's the norm. It's the norm. So when these guys who comes in, their intention is not to elect someone who is capable, who has the 3 C's: competence, capacity, and character. Then you now add empathy, you now have good conscience, you now have integrity, and it's not their mission. That's not what they are looking for. Their intention is to grab that money they are going to pay them to vote for them, and then they disappear. Whoever comes out is none of their business. And that is the reason why the situation has been the way it is today. So Nigerians have been governed by people who have zero capacity, people who don't even know their left from their right. We have credible people, intelligent people, people with integrity, people that have worked in high capacity. These are people you can prove the educational qualifications. These are people you can prove who have been successful in what they do. They have businesses, they have careers, but no, they're not going to put them there. They're not going to elect them there. Who will they elect? Somebody that doesn't even have certificate. That is who they're going to put there. Why? Because he has the resources to distribute. Most of these people that have the integrity, the capacity, and character, they may not have that resources, to buy people to come and do that, because their conscience does not allow them to bribe somebody. And that's why they are out. So when you look at the political system, you discover that those who are supposed to drive the system, who have the technical know-how, the capacity, the skill, the ability, the empathy, the conscience, the direction to lead the country, no, they are nowhere to be found. Why? Because those who doesn't have what it takes, but they have amassed wealth in one way or the other, they push them out, use their wealth to buy everything that they need to get there. How can someone who doesn't have certificate be a president of the country? How can someone whose certificate is questionable be a leader? How can someone who has a track record that is immersed in controversies be a leader? How? Most of them have been abroad, committed all kinds of crime, run back home, and they become governors, they become leaders, they become whatever. That is the problem. So when these delegates, according to Nasir El-Rufai, because they are illiterate, they don't know any jack, they don't know left from right. All right, all they know is to collect that money. So when they come in to vote, the people they have asked them to vote is who they vote for. They don't know no trajectory of the person they are voting for. They don't know anything about the person. They don't know his capacity. They don't know anything. Just that those managing the candidate has told them this is where you vote, this is this, this is that, and they follow the trend. Why are they scared of educated people? Because they know educated people can change their mind. The educated people have done their research and they know the path to go. So they ensure that they exclude these people when they are nominating or fixing in the party leaders in different levels: world level, local level, state level, and the national level. They exclude these people because they see that they may rebel when it comes to the time they want to use them. So that is it. So he's right in what he's saying in terms of illiterate delegates electing illiterate or poor quality leaders, as this case may be. We have seen that happen over and over again in Nigeria. Look at 2015, Buhari's government. What does he have? It was even when he became president, they were going to develop one YX certificate to bring for him. So, and that's just the minimum. And I've said it, that the National Assembly need to review that law and enhance the qualification for president. It can't be WAEC, for Christ's sake. You can have WAEC for councillorship, maybe state house of assembly, but from governorship upwards should be minimum of HND, and then so that will sieve out a lot of people who doesn't have that intelligence and all that. So when you look at this whole thing, I've seen a lot of pictures by world leaders. You see Nigerian president isolated in the picture, either he's hiding at the back or he's at one corner. Somebody will be pulling him to come in, come in. These are part of the problems. When you have somebody who has that capacity, who's exposed, has the intelligence, who have been in different kind of environment, who have interacted with world leaders and so on, he will play his part. Nigeria won't be hiding when it comes to taking pictures, with world leaders. So I don't know, but the issue here remains that apart from the delegates, illiterate delegates or semi-illiterate or cunning illiterate or whatever El-Rufai has mentioned, I also felt that the democratic setting is not working. Look at the parties. Which party have an ideology? No party. None. People just jump from one party to another. There are people who have entered 5 different parties. They can jump from APC to PDP, from PDP back to APC, from APC to SDP, SDP to... Why are people jumping in? Because there is no ideology. People are just pursuing their personal agenda. So the agenda is not about Nigeria. The agenda is what they want as a person, what they want to achieve as a person. That is the agenda. So there's no Nigerian dream. That's no Nigerian dream. The dream that they have is individual dreams. No Nigerian dream. If there's a Nigerian dream, every political party will develop their manifesto and agenda to feed into the Nigerian dream. But there's none. And that is one of the basic problems. So when the leaders rig election, buy up INEC officials, buy up the police, and all, police will be there watching, people will be carrying ballot boxes and they do nothing. What are we talking about? So these are part of the problems. Look at 2023 election. A certain tribe were threatened in Lagos. Till today, nothing happened. People were wounded, their heads were broken. Till today, nobody was prosecuted. Even the National Union of Road Transport Workers leader came out and was giving directives. These are part of the illiterate and semi-illiterate thing that El-Rufai is talking about. Nothing happened. Why? The party is interested to win. They don't care how they won. And P2B said something that if they must call you your excellency, the process that brought you there must also be excellent. And that is the word of someone that wants the right thing to be done. But in most political parties, they don't care. All they care is announce me the winner. How did you get there? It doesn't matter. So these are the issues that we need to fix in our political system. Otherwise, we'll continue to have what we're having is garbage in, garbage out. So in the last 2023 election, money exchanged hands during the APC delegations. They got a lot of dollars at that time. And these are part of the things fueling inflation. So much money in circulation at that time, despite MEFL's resolve, to block all those kind of arrangements. But they switched to using dollars, spending dollars in Naira, dollarizing the economy. So when they dollarize the economy, because they buy up everything in the Bureau de change. So these are part of the problem, attacking the economy as we speak today. So is what they have done since, during the election, is what is hitting back in the economy. Look at inflation, 34.6%. Okay? So again, coming back to the El-Rufai issue, he was governor for 8 years, right? And he made mention of, some certain things, how state governors want to, take over the whole local government so that it will be their party that won. Yes, we have seen that happen over and over again. But that's not supposed to be the trend. And the issue of asking people to step down on the day of convention is not ideal. This is a competition. All right? Allow everybody to compete. Who wins, let him win. But because our political process is not transparent, because the political process is something that you cannot even explain, that is the reason they force people to step down. In most cases, they bring up your case file and they will show you if you don't step down, we'll use it and put you in prison, and the person will just step down. It happened. So that's why you see many people suddenly they withdraw from the race, because a lot of things have been shown to them behind the scene and they don't want to get into trouble, so they leave the space. Then in terms of the incumbent a party that is in power today trying to destroy the opposition, we have had that. I also mentioned it. The Labour Party has been a victim since P2B, pulled that drive in 2023 election. Since he pulled that margin, Labour Party have been under attack. They have been under different kinds of attack from our papa and the rest of them, treasurer, and so many attacks have been going on in that party. Abure removing and putting back, and doing convention in Nnewi that nobody knows anything about. So a lot of attack, division have coming, and people are sponsoring all this stuff. Okay, you see in PDP, Wike has been a bug in their scrotum in PDP, working for an opposition party of his party. He worked even against his party openly, and work for another different party who is in power today for his own personal interest to get ministerial position. So these are the things. And what has PDP done today? Nothing. Did they, fire him for anti-party activities? No. He worked against their own candidate openly. They call themselves G5 there, 5 governors, and they work against the party. So what happened to them? Nothing. No deterrent, no nothing. So what does he have against PDP that is doing all these things and PDP could do nothing? That's ridiculous. Are we talking about the fight in River State? So these are the political system that we are talking about. They don't care about the people. They don't care about the country. All they care is about themselves. If the gladiators in Port Harcourt cares about the people of River State, that fight between the FCT minister and the incumbent governor in River State will not be happening. But they don't care. He cares about what he wants. That's why River State, since the governor was sworn in to date, it has been crisis upon crisis. The House of Assembly, but it's so ridiculous how grown-up men will just abandon their seat because one person told them to abandon the seat, and they just abandon the seat. So that tells you the kind of political system that we have, where godfatherism plays critical role. And one man came out as a governor. He said he bought form for all of them. With which money? Whose money? His personal money or state money? And nobody said anything. Nobody picked him up. Nobody queried how did he get the money. Nobody. And because he bought form for them, he was able to be controlling those in the House of Assembly. It's unfortunate what we see in our political system. So going forward, Nigeria need to wake up and decide what they want. That is the honest truth. The National Assembly need to do their job. Review electoral law. Create a tribunal, election offenses tribunal. Create it so that it will be in place. All those who are attacking the electoral system will be tried and sent to prison. Put a serious caveat in the law and mandate INEC to release the election result within 7 days after the result was announced, so that all candidates who want to go to court can have access to the material. If they fail, there will be jail time for them. And people will start sitting up. Put in the law that election result must be transmitted in real time from the polling booth. And you see things will start changing. Put in the law, every party must have internal democracy. That's what we don't have. People, the gladiators who have the resources, who are top government officials or private sector, big boys, they just come in and decide who goes to where, who becomes what delegate, who becomes, local government delegates and what have you. They just decide who. You can hear several parties during the time of, primaries. The list will be changing. Names will just be changing. Why will names be changing? It's statutory. If you are the youth leader, your name must be there. If you are a woman leader, and so on and so forth. So, but you see the list changing. The main people who have the right, the legal right by the constitution of the party, we won't see them. They replace them with someone else who are loyal to them. So these are the problem. And nobody goes to prison for all these things. Nobody is arrested for all these things. And it continues to happen over and over again. Yes, on the other part, I've seen many people attacking El-Rufai, talking so many things about him. Well, it's neither here nor there. In 2015, when Muhammad Buhari came out, El-Rufai was there. They are the one pushing him then, following him to every campaign. But they forgot he doesn't have certificate, right? There was no certificate. It was when he became president that they began WAEC, later brought one certificate and said it was a certificate. So is he capable? Does he have the capacity to be a president at that time? He doesn't. They push out a PhD holder and brought in a WAEC, I don't know whether I'll call him a WAEC holder or whatever. Okay? So, and that is where we find ourselves today. He ran the economy aground. Just look at almost 8 months before he was able to appoint minister. Look at the US president. Before swearing in, he has appointed all his team before he was even sworn in. When you see people who are ready to deliver, people who know what to do before they even step into power. Like I said, when Tinubu was announced winner from that May 20, is it May, March, early March, he was announced winner. At that point, you're supposed to have crafted, since you want to remove subsidy, you must have crafted the social investment program you will do to cushion the impact of subsidy. You must have set up all his plans within that 2 months or so before the swearing-in date, so that he's announcing subsidy is gone. He will be announcing the palliative on how to address the impact, but nothing. He was chilling in one apartment, visiting bankers, top bank chiefs. The time to sit down and start to working out things. So you can see U.S. president is a very good example. President Trump, at the moment he was announced winner, he went to work, appoint all his cabinet members, and begin to fashion out everything he wants to do. The moment he steps in, that they sign over 100 executive order, attacking all the problems of America from here, left, right, and center. That's why people voted for him, and he has sworn he must deliver, and he's already delivering. Less than 2 weeks, his impact already is more than the 4 years of the past government, if you put it that way. So what are we talking about? Nigerians need to wake up. We need to do the needful. We can't continue to be wailing and shouting and talking on social medias and all this. We need to do the proper thing and get the country running. We can't continue to have leaders that have no capacity to be holding the helms of the affairs of the country. We can't. Nigerian president he has traveled up to 5 countries in the name of looking for investors. The US president, he didn't step an inch to anywhere. He's here in the US. Investors are coming. The other one that promised 100 billion, he asked him to make it 200 billion. In fact, the man now came back and now brought 500 billion. Saudi is coming with 600 billion. So within how many weeks he just became president? Less than 2 weeks he became president. He already raised over 1 trillion. Investors. The money that's coming to US, over $1 trillion investment. But another one is flying different countries looking for investors. This is the point. You must have a leader that is marketable, a marketable leader. His identity should be marketable globally. That's how to get a leader. Forget about all the tag, convicted felon, and all this. All those are political something. Let's leave that by the side. But the name, the president himself, is marketable globally. That's why his impact is felt globally. You can see that happening in Israel and Gaza, and Hamas. Hostages are being returned, and so you see the impact. But when you have a leader as in Nigeria, a man that is not marketable, he doesn't have a credible name, that when they mention it, they won't find fault on him. They won't find any bad thing around him. That's why you have problem. So we must have a leader that his name is marketable, his personality is marketable globally, not just in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria they say, oh, he built Lagos. He's a strategist, and the economy is falling apart. Where does the strategy go? The economy is falling apart. Inflation is still high. Dollar to naira. We don't need to go there. So where is the strategy? That is the question we'll be asking. So Nigeria should wake up. El-Rufai was part of the APC, even the Tinubu's administration. He was part of them until he was nominated for the ministerial position, and then the Senate refused to clear him, citing security report. It's after that he went dark, and suddenly he resurfaced, start attacking the same party. He said he's still with. He has said it on, in that conference that he's not leaving APC, he's still in APC and will remain in APC, but he will continue to speak up when the party is drifting from their, ideology or whatever they call it. So he's been there. He was with Tinubu all through the campaign. He supported Tinubu. He played a critical role, even during that delegation. You would have known that most of their, delegates are illiterates. So he would have made sure that they put in, people who, are not illiterate, so that they can elect, somebody that is good enough to flag, the party flag. When people have the opportunity to make changes, they will not, because at that point they are part of that system, benefiting from the system and enjoying whatever is happening in the system. But the moment they are thrown out, they suddenly become opposition. They began to see from other lenses, though, that the party is not doing this or not doing that, but you were there. So those things you are telling us today are part of the things you would have done when you are with them, following them to campaign, supporting them and things like that. You would have raised these things prior to the delegate election, that our delegates, so that in the next national convention, you will ensure that the delegate that will be selected at that time or elected at that time will be people who are intelligent, people who are literate, people who have the capacity and character to, deliver at every level, the world, the local, the state, and the national level. That's what we would have done. So let's watch and see. 2027 is coming. We did do national convention. Let's see if we will, sponsor or fight to see that those people that will be part of the delegate will be people that are literate. Okay? So you mentioned Kaduna as a case study. When he was governor, he discovered that that's what he did. Did he change the trajectory in Kaduna to ensure that delegates for Kaduna State are literate people? So these are the things that we need to probe. These are the things we need to question. So it's not about saying it in the conference. It's about doing it. It's about putting it to work, putting it to practice. That is the point. Now you identify this thing in Kaduna. Did you change the trajectory before you left? Because you would have changed it, knowing that it has implication to the type of leadership that is being, elected at the end of the day. So we would have changed it, starting with Kaduna. At least as we are speaking now, we can flash back to Kaduna and say, oh, all the delegates in Kaduna are literate, which means that we elect somebody good who will lead the state. And then you bring that same energy to the national level. All right? And then propagate it that every state should ensure this, that this is the way things can work. So we can have a case study to refer to. But if we go to Kaduna, I'm not sure if all the delegates in Kaduna State are literate. I'm not sure. Because it's about loyalty. So that's why what they put is people who will be loyal to them, who will do their bidding, who will do whatever they want, and who will get them into that position they are seeking for. Even their own children, their in-laws. That's what it is. So let's not be hypocritical. Let's face the facts and let's deal with the facts. Let's tackle the problem and let's get things done in the right way so that at the end of the day, everybody will benefit. It will be win-win for everybody, both the citizens, the leaders, and the country at large. So that's my take on this. All right. So I don't know what you guys feel about it, but I've explained what I know, going on when it comes to party delegation. 2027, you're gonna see the same thing play out. They're gonna share dollars. 2027 is coming. It will happen. And you see the fight people do just to be a delegate because they know the benefits. They lodge you in the hotel and then pay you off in dollars. Why won't everybody be a delegate? Nobody cares about whether you are literate or not. What they care is about you voting for them, you making sure that they are the party candidates. That is all they care about. So how do we address that? What is the strategy to address that? What do we do to ensure that the delegates elect a credible candidate, a candidate that has capacity, character, competence, empathy, conscience, integrity to lead the country? They are there. Those people are there in the country. Many. There are plenty. But they are not given a chance because the political system is dollarized, the political system is monetized, the political system is filled with thugs, it's filled with corrupt-minded people, it's filled with all kinds of strange beings you can think of. That's what it is. And nobody that values his name or values, things around him will, get involved in that. It's like playing dirty. If you ask some other guys who we know have credible source of income, credible source of livelihood, who have participated in politics, they will tell you the experience. Kensele Moyalo was there to the point he even said there's no more, contesting for that. Peter B can tell you, he even was in the news the other time talking about how it is difficult to play the opposition. That whatever happens to him, he doesn't care. He has to continue to speak the truth to power. So you can understand the political environment we are talking about. If you ask Pat or Tommy, he's been there, I think, twice, trying to contest for governor, I think that state or something. So there are a lot of people who have had ugly experience, people we know that have some, credibility, but they can't because the system doesn't want such people. All they want is crooked criminals, people that don't care, people that care about themselves, people that don't give a damn of what happens to the country. As far as they get what they want, that's how the political system functions in Nigeria. However, I'll put it to everyone that El-Rufai is a point, irrespective of what people may have against him. I'm not focusing on the messenger, I'm focusing on the message. So if we're trying to strengthen internal democracy, trying to ensure that we have good quality delegates who will elect good quality leaders, and make sure that the political system is not monetized and dollarized. Okay, let people go for competence, capacity, and character. But they weaponize poverty. That is the problem. People are too poor to feed. So they weaponize that poverty, share money, and people follow the money. And that's what it is. So I'm going to leave it at this and expect to hear from you in the comment section and see what are your views. Leave the messenger, focus on the message, and see what is your own thought on how you think we can get things right to improve the political leaders that we have in the country. Because me and you agree that what biggest challenge of Nigeria is poor leadership. When you have the right leadership, things will work. Use America of today and see what happens. Previous 4 years and this current 4 years. You will see that even these first 2 weeks we are in for this new administration is hotter than the whole 4 years of the previous government. So That is what we're talking about leadership. When the leader has a vision and have the capacity and the wherewithal to deliver on that vision, you will select the competent team that will deliver. Not all these hypocrisy we are doing in Nigeria. All the appointment, it goes to one zone, one area, not even just outward, but in one particular state. Buhari did it, everything north, all the key appointment north. This current government is now south, and in the south is going more of to one particular state in the south. And what about other people? You don't care. You just look for those that have the capacity. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at this. Don't forget to like and share this video. And also subscribe to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please hit at the subscription button. Okay? And then put on the notification as well, so that when my next video drops, you will be among those to be notified. So I hope to hear from you in the comment section, and then we take it from there. I'm going to see you in my next video. Do have a wonderful day. See ya. I'm signing out.